Portable TV. Come watch with me.
So President Trump is accusing Iran of attacking the U.S. embassy in Iraq, a claim Iran denies. The rocket strikes happened Sunday and are once again leading to increased tensions between both countries. RT's Alex Mihailovich has more.
As U.S. defense systems kick in, tensions rise. On Sunday, more than 20 rockets were launched against the heavily fortified Green Zone compound in Baghdad, where the U.S. Embassy is housed. Minor damage was reported and there were no American casualties. However, soon after the incident, American officials started pointing fingers. According to a spokesman for U.S. Central Command, the attack was almost certainly conducted by an Iranian-backed rogue militia group. On Wednesday, President Trump pushed forward with the accusation. Trump tweeted, "Our embassy in Baghdad got hit Sunday by several rockets. 3 rockets failed to launch. Guess where they were from? Iran. Now we hear chatter of additional attacks against Americans in Iraq. Some friendly health advice to Iran. If one American is killed, I will hold Iran responsible. Think it over." The threatening words did not go ignored by officials in Tehran. Iran's foreign minister sent out a tweet of his own in response to the U.S. president, stating, "Last time the U.S. ruined our region over WMD fabrications, wasting $7 trillion and causing 58,976 American casualties. Far worse this time. Trump will bear full responsibility for any adventurism on his way out." Iran's leader also had some choice words for Donald Trump, comparing America's president to Saddam Hussein.
Saddam imposed a military war on us, and Trump imposed an economic war. Trump's fate will not be much better than Saddam's.
According to reports, an unspecified range of options meant to deter attacks on U.S. personnel in Iraq have been presented to President Trump by U.S. national security officials. Iraq stopped short of accusing Iran for the attack. Instead, the country's military is blaming an outlaw group. For RT, I'm Alex Mihailovich.
A lot of tough talk there. With more on this, let's bring in our panel of experts, former Pentagon official Michael Maloof, and author of the book, The Plot to Attack Iran, Dan Kovalik. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming in on Christmas Eve. I really appreciate it. Michael, let's start with you. So, you know, as you heard in Alex's package, President Trump, you know, giving Iran some quote-unquote friendly health advice, again, his words, about attacking Americans. But Iran actually condemned the attack, and its foreign minister even suggested it may have been a false flag operation. What's your thought? Is it likely Iran was behind this attack on the U.S. embassy in Baghdad, or could it have been another actor or another group? And really, at the end, does the tough talk help? Does it really help matters in this case? What do you think, Michael?
No, it's not. No, it's actually raising tensions in the region. I've seen this movie before, where a false flag operation took place, such as the Gulf of Tonkin years ago, that got us into the Vietnam War. I cannot help but think that maybe either ISIS was involved or a similar group in the area, just to cast aspersions on the Shia militants who are also in that area, many of which are said to be guided by Iran. I think what we've got to really be concerned about is what happens between January the 6th and January the 20th. Is this a preparation for hostile action by the Trump administration? Is this going to be something in which he attempts to do something against Iran that is designed to cancel out any initiative by the incoming Biden administration to negotiate anything with Iran? And this is something we've got to be very, very watchful of. He's already moved a submarine with 154 Tomahawks in there. He has the USS Nimitz aircraft carrier in the region. So it's something we've really got to watch very, very carefully. And again, is this being done to deflect his own internal problem?
Yeah, it's a great point. And there's been a lot of speculation about not only the U.S., launching something, but also possibly Israel, even maybe with the backing of the Saudis. And speaking of submarines, one of Israel's submarines is now in the Gulf, and very clearly a message to Iran. Dan, let me bring you in. President Trump commuted, I'm sure you heard about this, commuted the sentences of 4 Blackwater mercenaries who were jailed for the massacre in Baghdad 13 years ago. Why in the world would he do this? And it seems to me this only adds to the dangers already faced by U.S. diplomats and personnel overseas. Am I wrong on this?
No, you're absolutely right. Obviously, this is going to raise tensions with Iraq, who's already unhappy with us, who have asked the United States to leave after the murder, let's remember, of the Iranian general Soleimani, along with an Iraqi general at the same time earlier this year. This is only going to heighten tensions between those two countries. And it sends a message not only to Iraq, but the rest of the world, that the U.S. doesn't care about human rights, doesn't care about international humanitarian law, that it thinks it's above the law. Of course, Trump has made that well known in sanctioning the International Criminal Court, who wants to open up an investigation against the U.S. for war crimes in Afghanistan. And this just underscores that position.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. Really appreciate it coming on the show. And by the way, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and your families. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
Same to you.